Anything that you make yourself that takes time and effort and isn't quite as easy as a trip to the store or a click of a button to order online. In this sense, homemade gifts are a very thoughtful gesture. Whether it be a beautiful crafted piece or a charmingly disaster, homemade gifts are definitely a labor of love. So today I'm going to walk you guys through some of the things that I used for baby shower gifts for the guests, and a few that were for the guest of honor. So because I am making a few different mixes today, I'm going to whip up some brown sugar. And you can make your own brown sugar by just using granulated sugar and molasses. You use 1 tablespoon of molasses for every cup of granulated white sugar. If you want dark brown sugar, you can add 2 to 3 tablespoons of molasses per cup of sugar. So the first recipe that I'm going to share with you guys is a hot cocoa mix, and it will make 3 pint size jar gifts. So the first ingredient that we're going to use is some powdered sugar or confectioner sugar. And then we're going to use 2 cups, and then we're going to also use 2 cups of dried milk. This is the type of milk that I'm using. I will leave all of the recipes in the description box below for everybody, as always. Now we're going to be adding in the cocoa. I'm using 1 1/4 cups of cocoa, and then I'm going to use some pink Himalayan fine salt, but because I was out of fine sea salt, so this will work just fine. And then you just whisk it all together. Now you can also sift these ingredients together too. I have done that if you have like a little bit of clumps in there. Now I'm adding a cup of chocolate chips, but I normally would add a cup of mini chocolate chips, but I didn't have any. So this would work just fine. I'm just gonna chop it up and put it in the bowl and mix it up nice and evenly. The next thing that we're going to do is just add it to the bowl. Give it a good whisk, and then we're going to start adding it to our jars. So these are just ideas for other people, just to give ideas out of what you could use for gifts, not just for a baby shower, but just gift giving in general. I love making homemade gifts, and I was just playing around with what would look cute, you know, with this like little basket that I had, and I crocheted up some 100% cotton coasters to go with this set. So I got coffee cups, coasters, and a hot cocoa mix, and I'm just like playing around with what will make it look cute. This next one is a hot tea gift set, which is basically kind of doing the same thing, except for we're going to be using tea instead of cocoa. So again, I'm just using some filler paper with a cute basket and some coffee cups. And then I'm going to put a few homemade coasters in there with some really nice tasting tea. And then we're gonna put in some honey sticks and some cinnamon sticks. Now you could also get some cellophane and like wrap these baskets up with some cellophane too. That clear cellophane stuff, that would be really cute too. I also made some homemade brownie mixes and homemade cookie mixes and put those in baskets for the guests as well. And I have those recipes on my channel for gifts in a jar if anybody's interested. This idea came from a friend of mine. Her name is Carrie. She said that it would be cute if we decorated the clothespins for the Don't Say Baby game. So whoever said baby, you get to take their clothespin away, and whoever had the most clothespins won. And this was another cute way of just making the game more festive.
I don't think we need to, I think.
This was another great idea that my friend came up with to make, and it was actually pretty fun to make. And it wasn't our idea. She found a YouTube channel that made these. This woman showed how to make these diaper bouquets, and took a little bit of trial and error at first, but we ended up getting it, and it was actually pretty easy, and it was also fun to do. And if anybody else would like to make this diaper bouquet, I will link it in the description box of the YouTube channel that we had found it from. So another gift for the guests was going to be some homemade beeswax candles. And I added a little bit of coconut oil to these candles so that way it will burn a little bit evener. And I used these really cute craft jars here. So whenever I make candles, I always use the same utensils, the same pot for wax and the same measuring cup for wax. And I just keep that aside for whenever I want to make candles, because I've ruined a few of my glass jars and pans by trying to get the wax off. So I also have a video on candle making as well if you are interested in making your own candles from beeswax and coconut oil. Now I used some lavender with this beeswax because this was an unscented beeswax, but I have learned that natural organic beeswax, you don't need any scent for it because it just smells amazing. It smells like honey. But this one didn't have any scent, so I put a scent in it. So after I let the candles dry, I just took some twine and made some bows around the candles for the gift. And then I put these inside of the gift bags as well. I think that they turned out really cute, and I hope that all the guests enjoyed their homemade gifts. And last but not least, these are some of the homemade gifts that I thought I would show that I made for the baby. This is a kitty cat hat. It's like a kind of like a Hello Kitty hat. Also made some Adidas shoes for the baby, which I thought everybody would get a kick out of that. Baby Adidas crochet shoes. But oh, that's not it. I also had to make her a matching Adidas hat to go with that too. So a lot of my gifts were homemade, but the kids already know that I always make all of their gifts homemade. Majority of their gifts are homemade every year. So they expected nothing less than for me to make some homemade gifts for their baby shower. And this is also the blanket and matching hat that went with the blanket for the baby. I thought it was super cute, and I hope that she enjoys it. Okay, now I hope that this gave everybody some ideas for some homemade gift giving. I hope that everybody enjoyed the video, and I hope that everyone has a very blessed day. Take care.